we listed off last time because I thought it was about 9, but they listed off 8 levels of vibrations of suffering that I've cleared in those vibrations. So I want to clear out the remaining levels.
So they're showing me it's like I don't know if you've ever had done emotion code or body code, but
Okay.
when they do, they have this actual chart system, and like you visually see it. It's like the different they're showing me like something like they're just showing me. I don't know the chart system, but I've
Yes.
seen it because I
Yes.
right, but they're showing me it's like basically all these main levels.
Yeah.
So there's like eight levels, and then there's micro levels within them that make up the things that you need to
Okay.
clear. So it's not like new levels or they're totally separate. They're actually micro levels within the big levels. Not even coming, but they're showing me the diagram where at the very bottom it's like shame,
Yeah.
and they're showing me like shadows of people being like just like kind of like tossed out, but not in a bad way, just like
Yeah.
being released, right?
Yeah.
Um, Shame, guilt, anger, apathy,
Okay.
depression, anger, self hate. It feels like this is like the emotions that you, not just emotions. It's like, I mean, this is what people feel, but it's like what they pride,
Pride.
like ego pride.
Okay.
Like, so not pride in a good way,
Yeah.
but I'm just too, I see the word sinning. Like,
Just as a whole.
mm-hmm. It feels very dark, like purposeful sinning. Like
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
trying to feel like if this is like they're choosing to sin, or if they're just like it's almost like that. Can't tell. Like they're just there's no level of. It's like they don't have goodness in them. They're just completely sinning, and underneath that, there's brainwashing because that's all they know.
Yes.
Like it could be a cultural brainwashing or something, but that there's just absolutely no. It's like this is all they see, and this is all that is, and this is just life. But it
Yes.
really overthrows morality, like to the point where it's just like they're bad people, kind of like energy.
Yes. But the light is still within them.
Yeah,
They
they just
just
are
haven't had the healing that was necessary
correct.
for them.
And
Yeah.
light is still within all of these levels,
Yes.
but like it's almost like a
Yes.
little micro dot because
Yes.
it's just so like
So
filtered
covered.
with all this. Yeah,
Yes.
and all of them, whatever the emotions are.
Yes.
So I see the word rape, and I don't know. I feel like it's like all types of rape. So it could be sexual, could be emotional
Oh,
violations, like just feeling
yep.
raped, could be financially. And so,
Despair of that rape feeling of whatever was taken from them or
yeah, so it's
forced.
that. And then it's also like there's a different category. So it's like that's a big category, but then it could be the victim side or the perpetrator side.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's like, it just feels like, again, that's one of the subcategories within the big category.
Okay. So with what I've already done and the way that I'm doing it
Hmm.
and just allowing them to bring me to those levels, they will know and I can just trust in what I'm already doing that I just keep repeating it.
My body's like, yeah, moving to the yes. Um, Hang on, let me just feel into more information. They're showing me you wearing, okay, so you've got your big wings. Make sure that before you do this, you're visioning yourself like you have like your what I see is you
Yeah.
wearing armor, like metal silver armor,
Yeah.
and you're protected yourself so that as you're doing this work, like
Yeah.
there's nothing that can reflect back in because
Yeah.
it's not yours. You're just here to show up and like do your live in
Yeah.
your purpose and just be able to go through this process of clearing.
Yeah.
But the metal armor, and it's like really reflective so that it just doesn't come in. So you really
Okay.
gotta see yourself, and your wings also have armor.
Okay.
Actually, your wings don't need armor. Sorry, it's just like a silver, it's
Okay.
shimmering because your wings are strong enough and it's protective. But your body really needs the protection so that you stay unaffected
Yes.
negatively by this.
So, and this is me out of my curiosity of trying to grasp with my small self, trying to do this with the fullness of who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to grasp, and it's really hard for me to grasp the reality of what's actually going on. And out of curiosity, um, since these vibrations of levels of souls that have been suffering in these domains, have these domains ever been cleared out before, or is this like the first time they're being cleared out in this way?
They've never been cleared out. This is the
Oh,
first time.
oh well, okay.
So yeah, you are
That's
like, it's a big responsibility that
that's
you're
why.
taking on. So there, this is why they're saying you gotta go really. This is big. Like you, they're telling me you understand the caliber of how big this is, and they so appreciate that you know you appreciate how big this is, and this is why they're saying it's such sacred work. That's why you really need to take the time for yourself. This is the first time, like no one else has been able to clear it because they actually haven't been powerful enough to.
Wow.
You are very powerful, and people have attempted, but they, you know, how you got ill,
Yeah.
they didn't. No, no one died, but no one wanted to attempt it again because it was too intense, and they got scared.
Okay.
So the fact that you're like considering, and you're like, you, it's not even a thing. You're like, no, I want to, like, I want to do this. I don't want to wait so long. It's because you have the power, you have the capacity,
Yeah.
um, to be strong enough to do this. Um, had you not been this, then the same thing would be as them. I'm not attempting that again. No, if yeah, it feels very much like masculine. So men that have attempted in the past. I see a monk as one of them. I see many monks actually. That's really what I see.
Oh,
And
okay.
they attempted. So what they have done is support you in lessening the intensity, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So they have done their part. It's not like nothing ever, like they just made a
Yeah,
little bit of a dent enough that there was impacts to support
absolutely.
you.
Yes.
So it's really beautiful how
I'm
that
so
just.
grateful for that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
um,
those souls that have attempted before, and being at peace, they know they tried, and to the fact that those beautiful beings are now helping
mhm,
and to still be a part of it and to
mhm,
help me, what a beautiful,
mhm, mhm.
knowledge to have.
I'm just trying to tune in to see if they knew that they were making difference. Some did, some didn't. Some, um,
A couple. So now it's going into and asking questions on all the work the higher beings have been doing with me
uh-huh,
as I lay on my bed. That's like my workspace is my bed laying back. And they come in my room constantly shining light on me,
mhm.
constantly working on my body. And one time the
These are
ancient
guides you're
beings,
talking about.
hey,
These are light beings you're talking about, or your guides?
higher evolved
Okay,
beings, so councils and whatnot.
got it.
So holding, like for instance, this one time I like to know what was happening. They were holding hands around me as they were as I was laying on my bed, and they were spinning faster and faster and faster, and then they had a beam of light coming down, going directly into my heart space area. Like what was going on in that moment? What were they doing?
As soon as you were talking about spinning, I heard vortex and it was psychic surgery.
So what's that
They're healing.
surgery?
So they're, yes, it was like they are installing new codes, but also there was a few things that need repairing, meaning, and as you're working, whether it was like working with clients or working to release these souls, it's so intense, particularly with the souls that there's like little, you know how you get wear and tear? That's what it
Yeah.
was. It was wear and tear. And they just want to patch it up to make sure that that wear and tear doesn't, all of a sudden blow, the work blows like right through that wear and tear. So
Okay.
just they're showing me like just a teeny little poke hole. Like it's not a big deal, but had it not been fixed and you continue being the intensity of this, it would have blasted that hole opened.
So what about uh because every day we do it, and my inner body of light energy, I align it to just move, and I go with the flow of allowing it to move, and light coming from my hands and always working on my brain, or they're always working on my brain and using light energy working on my brain. So like, what is to unfold from what they are constantly working on my brain and doing with my brain?
They are putting in new codes for you, light codes that are going to support humanity, that's going to support your work with clearing these souls. And many will never, they're saying, have this because of who you are and the power you hold and your soul's mission. You have been the chosen one for this, and you are gifted these light in your like to be implanted
Yeah.
into you so that you can anchor in the frequency of this earth in a new, so they're saying new earth way. It allows you to have the strength at this required level. It allows you to see what many will never see in their lifetime.